Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Sandra Esenam Apenu, and I'm here for business. Now, Chief Executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Council, Yofi Grant, is saying that Ghana is open and poised to more investments, particularly in the hospitality industry. He was speaking at a stakeholders meeting with the American Chamber of Commerce here in Accra.
Following a report by international media network CNN and Forbes magazine of Ghana as one of the top tourist destinations, the spotlight has been put on the country attracting more investors into the space. One of such investors is the American Chamber of Commerce, a voluntary association of business and professionals working to foster business between Ghana and the United States of America. Together with stakeholders in the tourism industry, the American Business Chamber met to explore potential business opportunities in Ghana. Matilda Ahin is the president of the chamber.
I don't want us to look at African American. We all say, amount is never, it's a foolish thing for somebody to come out with an amount. They spend 1.3 trillion. Why not do it here? Ghana niche chocolate, for example. Why do we not focus on branding niche chocolate in the African American community? There are 50 million of them, and they spend money. So these are some of the, when you look at investment, you have to look at who are my buyers, who are my sellers, how can we work with them in the brand? And when you look at CNN, Coca-Cola in America, it's Black Americans that build those brands. That is why it's so popular in the world. So we have the investment, it's not only money, it's friendship, it is advice, it is anything else that we do need to be able to move forward as a country.
Present at the meeting was the chief executive of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, GIPC, Yofi Grant. He explains possible areas likely to be considered will be the hospitality industry.
Very keen interest in the tourism hospitality area. The fact that Ghana is doing very well, and Ghana has hit the headlines in tourism and in many other in development, means that we require more hotel rooms. I remember about 5 years, maybe more than 5, maybe 10 years back, it was highlighted that Ghana could be the conference center for Africa, and therefore that triggered a number of conference brandings coming, or hotel chains coming to Ghana. I think that as we develop the economy and the economy grows at a very fast pace, we are going to see significant investment in the hospitality space. They are particularly interested in hospitality, so there are a number of investors here who are looking for partnerships as well.
Investments from the chamber is expected to come in the form of labor expertise and funds. Reporting for Joy Business, Karen Dodu.
The business community has welcomed President's decision to deal with losses accrued from tax exemptions in the country. This was after the President, in a State of the Nation address, stated that the country stands to lose a lot of billions of cedis due to tax exemption. This move has been described by the Ghana Union of Ghana Union of Traders Association as positive.
The local business community has welcomed the president's move to deal with losses accrued from tax exemptions in the country. President Akufo-Addo, in the State of the Nation's address yesterday, stated that government will review the country's tax exemptions policy as Ghana continues to lose billions of cedis in the process. The Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, has described the move as positive. Reacting to President Akufo-Addo's announcement yesterday, the president of the Ghana Union of Traders Association, GUTA, Dr. Joseph Obeng, said the move will offer traders a level playing field when it comes to payment of tax.
I've been crusading on these grounds for quite a long time. I've given figures even to that effect from whatever research that I did, and it amazed people. And so I'm over-enthused, the recognition that the president have on this issue. And he should fast-track on working on this so that the exemption is done with totally, so that we, those of us who are normally being made to pay, will have some respite.
The State of the Nation's address saw the president touch on various economic issues except the city. Already, the business community has warned the persistent form of the city continues to stifle growth. Meanwhile, Dr. Joseph Obeng has been explaining to Joy Business how businesses are cushioning themselves against the city's fall.
Normally, is for you to even hold on your stocks. If you are not able to do that, then you have to also project the fact that the the dollar is on ascendancy, is on the rise, you also have to project higher. And that one also fuels even inflation, because it means that people will necessarily have to even overprice to meet their projected targets.
Meanwhile, the Chamber of Commerce and Industry is also cautioning there could be some job losses and collapse of businesses should the cedi continue to fall. Nana Appiah Dankawusu I is president of the chamber.
Seriously, for the cedi, anytime it starts running away from, the dollar running away from the cedi, then so it is something that we need to all collaborate and do something about it. Other than that, it will hijack and throw our budget overboard.
So far, the president has noted that all economic policies are yielding the desired results, leading to the international investment community's preference for Ghana as a destination for foreign direct investment.
Let's do other stories now. And stakeholders in the tech space are urging government to develop a policy framework to help give the needed boost to the nation's technology drive. The call comes on the back of several government initiatives geared towards digitizing the economy. And speaking at the first edition of the Ghana Mobile App Development and Commercialization Stakeholders Meeting in Accra, Chief Information Officer of Vodafone Ghana, Bernard Acquah, said the policy is needed to streamline activities in the various sectors of the economy.
From government digitization agenda to the setup of tech incubators and many tech conferences, Ghana's tech industry continues to evolve by the day. On the back of this, Ghana Tech Lab hosted the first edition of the Ghana Mobile App Development Commercialization Stakeholders Meeting to create a platform for industry stakeholders to discuss issues in the mobile app development industry.
So we're in a country where we have a very limited number of developers, and everybody wants those developers to be with them. So they are becoming more expensive, right? And they are becoming overworked, and therefore some of their outputs are becoming scrappy.
The Chief Information Officer for Vodafone, Bernard Acquah, advocated the development of a policy framework for the industry.
Policy is very important because it will give a guideline to the industry. It will also show government support for pushing technology. I think right now government is quite strong on using technology, locally developed technology for development. So I think a policy that states that and has legal backing will be a strong thing going forward. So it will talk about, for example, what sectors of industry, for example, mobile apps will be more beneficial in. There could be conversations around financial incentives, tax breaks, and the like for industry to develop. So I think those are the kind of areas which I think will help a fledgling industry to really develop. At the moment it's more around, let's say, best endeavors. People are doing their own thing because they see an opportunity. But this will really show government's commitment to making it happen.
On his part, Innovative Associate for Ghana Tech Lab, Abeye Bonsu, said attention should be paid to capacity building to address the skills gap issue in the mobile app development industry.
There's a major gap when it comes to the educational system and the skills that actual organizations need. I think this is partly because we don't have things like apprenticeships and internships so strong in our part of the world, especially in Ghana and in Africa. So it's a huge gap because we have, on one hand, policy and curriculum, educational curriculum, that is so not connected to the needs of the market. And so for us, this was really important. The skills gap is so massive, and we've got to do something about it. And I think that is partly one of the issues why we have such a big issue, unemployment in Ghana. Yes.
For Joy Business, Sheila Tamaklu.
That's all for business for now with me, Sandra Essenam. When I come